Good morning. Welcome everyone to your Saturday 30-minute free journey into power class offered here at Baptiste Power Yoga Phoenix. My name is Brian Thomas and I'm the founder and owner of Baptiste Power Yoga Phoenix. And today we're going to have our special badass guest teacher joining us, Lexy Komichak. There she is.
Good
Hey Lex.
morning. Hey Brian.
How's it going this morning?
Good. So enjoying my coffee. So doing great.
Look who just joined us.
Oh my goodness. Hi. Lady's trying to find him.
So Lexy, I want to introduce you to everyone, and everyone meet Lexy. I met you first. It was in 2012. I believe it was my first level one, a Baptiste Power Yoga level one here in Sedona, Arizona. And there was about 180 of us at that program, and we became friends. And we kept in touch throughout that journey. You were living in, was it North Carolina at the time?
North Carolina at the time, was moving out in about 6 weeks after we finished Baptiste. So yeah.
Yeah, and next thing you know, Lexy's living in Phoenix, and we just remain friends. And she's a huge part of my life, on the professional side, friendly on our personal side. You've sold two of my houses. I bought a house through you, and I'll let you tell you a little bit about that right now. And you can introduce yourself. And
Cool. Thanks,
yeah,
Brian. So Brian and I met back in 2013, which was amazing. We were lucky enough to practice with Baron Baptiste himself, and just became and remained friends ever since. I moved to the Valley permanently in 2014. Have been teaching a Baptiste-inspired practice since 2011, which is amazing. And I love teaching. I love giving that back, and it's kind of like my mitzvah. It's just something I love to do for the community, because it isn't my full-time job. And it's so fun for me. It's really just where my heart gets to shine.
yeah. So if it's not your full-time job, what do you do when you're not teaching yoga and drinking coffee and
Eating tacos and selling real estate. Yeah, I'm a real estate agent here in the Scottsdale, Phoenix area, and been doing that for a few years now. And it's so fun to see some of my clients and my friends and my students on here, and it's really brought together a really great community. So that's awesome.
Great. And where can people find you if they want to use you for any real estate needs or just to say hello and find out where you're teaching in your classes or whatever?
I have two Instagram accounts because I don't always want to flood my personal with houses if people aren't interested. So my personal account is at live.laugh.lexy with a Y. Yes, I spelled my name with a Y. And then my business account is lex.live.lux. And Lux is Lux.
Great. And if you didn't catch that or it was too much for you, we tagged both of her accounts in our posts leading up to today. So just go back and you can just follow her right from there.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And like I said, two houses, three. This is my third house I've either sold or purchased and used Lexy. She's amazing. She knows the market. So if you live here in Phoenix or you know someone moving here to the area, this is one of amazing people that you can put in contact with. So.
Thanks, Brian. Were you
Yeah.
ready for yoga?
I was just gonna sit here and talk and drink some coffee. I got my coffee off to the side, but yeah, I guess we should probably do some yoga, right?
Hey, I know. I feel like everybody should grab either their coffee or their mimosa.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Totally.
if you ever been to one of our live events, you know that's part of our core values is like we always have to have some type of, it doesn't have to be an adult beverage, but we encourage a hydration of some type. And I prefer a hazy IPA or a Hefeweizen. That's just me, but
That's awesome. I love it.
okay. You want to take us through? I'm gonna be on my mat so you can teach and see me and
Perfect. Sounds
yeah.
good. I got my own little student over here too, so besides ladies, so this should be fun. Lots of each. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Start a little bit differently this morning. I want you guys to come up to the top edge of your mat, found mountain pose. So allowing your feet to be at 12 o'clock, allowing yourself to root down into your feet. Allow all four corners of both feet to just ground down into the earth. And go ahead and lift those toes, spread them out nice and wide, and allow each of the toes to just spread out onto the earth, onto the mat. And as you breathe in, just breathing up through the legs, lifting the kneecaps, spiraling the inner thighs back, and then finding this nice neutral pelvis. Allowing the rib cage to thread through towards the midline. And as you breathe in, stand up a little bit taller. And then as you breathe out, reach out through the fingertips, reaching down towards the earth. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And again, take another inhale and a full exhale. And then one more time, as you breathe in, start to bring your awareness to the outer edges of your body, to the skin, just feeling that energy already emanating off the fingertips, off the toes, maybe even off of your nose. Take one more full breath in and let it go. And then from here, go and sweep the hands all the way up to the sky. Bring the palms together to touch overhead. And then drawing the thumbs all the way down to your heart. We'll start our practice together this morning with the sound of 3 ohms. Take a big breath in. All right, as you breathe in, sweep the hands all the way up to the sky. As you breathe out, draw the hands through the midline, bow all the way forward. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Plant those hands, step back, high push up. Lower down, same exhale, low push up. Breathe, upward facing dog. And then breathing out, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in, full exhale out. And again, breathe in, feel the fire ignite within. And then exhale, soften. Allow the joints to flow like water. Take one more inhale. Full exhale out. On your next inhale, rise to your toes. Bend your knees, step or hop all the way to the top. Breathing in, find length. Breathing out, bowing and emptying. Rising to the sky. A full breath in lifts you all the way up to extended mountain. Exhaling, hinging you forward, forward fold. Breathing in, creating that halfway lift, flat back. Planting those hands, stepping back, high to low push up. Breathing in, allow your heart to shine. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Downward facing dog on your exhale. 3 breaths, breathe in. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath in. A full breath out. And on your next inhale, rise to your toes. Bend your knees. Look forward. Empty and journey forward. Breathing in. Find that length and strength. Bowing and emptying all the way down. Rise. Extending mountain pose. Look up, get nice and big, and then exhale, empty and forward fold. Breathing in, finding that length and strength once more. Broaden those collarbones, plant those hands. Exhale, take it to your vinyasa, high to low. Breathing in, maybe a smile in this upward facing dog, because it's just yoga. Nice, Brian. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths, breathe in. Let it go. So we're building the heat. Inhale. And finding softness as we exhale. Take one more breath in. Let it go. And on your next inhale, rise, bend those knees. Exhale, find your way to the top edge of the mat. Inhale, find length. Empty and full. Extended mountain pose. Use a full inhale to arrive at the top. And as soon as you finish your in-breath, empty and bow forward. Breathing in, find length and strength. And then take it through your vinyasa one more time, high to low push-up. As you breathe in, don't forget to smile in your upward facing dog. Don't miss it. Breathe in. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths, inhale. Let it go. And again, take a full breath in. This time, stick out your tongue. Lion's breath out.
Ah.
Nice. Take an inhale. Let it go. On your next inhale, rise onto your toes, bend your knees. Step, hop, journey forward. Inhale, find length. Fold. Rise, breath in. Empty, bow forward. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Planting the hands, your vinyasa, stepping or shooting back to chaturanga, low push-up. Breathe in, don't forget to smile. It's the last up dog for like a minute. And then downward facing dog. Nice, big breath in. Sigh it out. And again, big inhale. Let it go. Take one more breath in. Breathe out. And on your next inhale, rise onto your toes, bend your knees, step or hop to the top. Inhale, find bow and empty forward. Bring the big toes together to touch. Sink low, reach high, Utkatasana. So as you find your chair pose, take a peek down at your toes. If you can't see them, shift your hips back slightly. And then while you're taking a peek down, go ahead and wiggle your toes, get your pedicure, or if you're like me, lack thereof. Yeah, just say good morning. And really draw the knees in toward the midline. And find that neutral pelvis once more. Allow the belly button to pelvic floor to ignite. And then soften the shoulders away from the ears. Spread out through those fingertips, pinkies in, thumbs out. And if you think we're gonna be here forever, we're not. Just one more breath in. Then hands to the midline, bow and empty. Inhale, find that halfway lift. And then plant your hands, step back, high push-up. Lower down to low push-up. And then in your upward facing dog, really opening through the heart, press the shoulders away from the ears, lift up. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a big breath in. Long exhale out. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you, hip height. And then as you exhale, footsteps forward, warrior one. So back foot flat. Allow the hips to square towards the front of your body. And as you reach the hands all the way up to the sky for warrior one, spread out through those fingers, palms facing one another. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, bring the hands to frame that front foot, step back, high push-up. Either take it through your vinyasa or just back downward facing. Inhale, lift that left leg hip height. Exhale, knee in towards your nose, step the left foot. Spin the back foot flat, rise, warrior one. And then again, see if you can ground down to the four corners of that front foot. See if you can allow that pelvis to tilt back into neutral, and then allow the shoulder blades to soften away from the ears and down and towards the midline. And then from the skin to the muscles to the bone, pull in. Feel everything igniting. Feel yourself reaching. Take one more breath in. Exhale, hands come down, high to low. Inhaling up, maybe add that smile. Make it a habit for this morning to be happy, downward facing. Take a big breath in and a full exhale out. So moving with the breath, inhale. Let it go. Take one more breath in. Sigh it out. Inhale, rise to toes. Bend those knees. Exhale, journey forward. Inhale, find that length. Empty and fold. Chair pose. One breath in. Sink low, reach high. Empty and bow forward. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Plant those hands. Take it through your vinyasa. High, low push-up. Happy upward facing dogs, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog, right foot forward. Warrior one, feel the strength, feel the power, hug and reach up. Exhale, plants the hands, take it through the high to low. Breathing, shine your heart, smile big, downward facing dog. Left foot steps, breathe in, rise, warrior one. Hands plant, high to low. Breathe. Upward facing dog in the morning. Downward facing dog. I'm not sure if people are smiling or grimacing. Either way, it's working. Take a big breath in. Let it out. Inhale. Exhale. One more time through. Inhale, rise. Bend those knees. Step or hop forward. Breathe in for length. Bow and fold. Chair pose, rise. Empty, forward fold. Inhale for length. Plant the hands, vinyasa through. Breathing in, up dog. Breathing out, down dog. Right foot warrior one. Breathe in, rise to the sky. Exhale, hands come down, flowing like water. Just feeling that flow of the breath and the movement. Finding your way downward, facing dog. Left steps forward. One, breathe in, rise. Exhale, hands come down, high, low, push. Even here, can you find these as you broaden your collarbones and then empty downward? Take a full breath in. Another lion's breath out. Let out some heat. Another big breath in. Let it go. One more inhale. And let it out. Inhale, rise onto your toes. Bend your knees or hop to the top. Inhale. Empty and bow forward. Bring the big toes back together to touch. And then on your next inhale, come all the way up to standing. Sweep the hands all the way up to the sky. And then bring the hands to heart center for just a moment. And again, realign. Find your true north. As you ground down into the four corners of the feet, can you feel that energy lifting up? You allow the pelvis to just neutralize and allow the shoulders to soften. And then even here in the stillness, from the skin to the muscles to the bone, can you pull in, but then soften and release? Take another breath in and let it go. Sink low, reach high, Utkatasana. And rooting down into that left foot, start to draw the right knee in towards your chest and then cross that right leg over, setting up for eagle. And then draw that right arm under for eagle arms. So you can hook the big toe. If your right hip starts to flare forward, draw the right hip back and just bring the ankle outside of that left shoulder. With the finger or the hands intertwined, start to lift the elbows in line with the chin and press the forearms away. And then here, can you find a little bit more depth? Can you find a little bit more stability? Can you find a little bit more ease? Take another big breath in. Full breath out. And on your next inhale, unwind, release. And hands back. Good. Sink low, reach high, Utkatasana. Don't look so excited for another Utkatasana. Root down into that right foot, draw the left knee in, cross that left leg over the right. Left arm underneath the right arm. And as you draw that left hip back, just know you're working 12 major joints right here. So give yourself a little bit of grace as well. Allow the elbows to lift in line. Chin, press the forearms away. Maybe you find a little bit more depth. Maybe you're able to just soften through a few of those joints. Maybe release the fingers, maybe spirit fingers here. Yeah, take another breath in. Sink a little bit lower, nice breath in. Take another inhale, release. Exhale. All right, because we do this in twos, Utkatasana. Excited. That right leg over, right arm under, eagle pose. 3 breaths, breathe in. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Now, sink a little bit lower. One more breath in. Full breath out, and then inhale, sweep up. One more, sink low, reach. Right knee low, class. Root down into that right foot, left leg over, left. And again, allow yourself to pull in from the skin to the muscles to the bone. Lift those elbows in line with the chin. Press the forearms away from the face. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, release. And exhale, hands to the nice. From here, go ahead and step to the top edge of your mat. Somehow wandered away. Bring the big toes back together to touch. Bring the right hand out. Just serve a platter. Go ahead and bend that right foot, the right knee, catching the instep of that right foot. Lifting the left hand all the way up to the sky. Answer pose. Take a full breath in, find a lot of length. And then exhale, kick the foot into the hand and slowly start to drive your heart forward as you kick your foot into your hand. Nice. Almost as though you're giving that person in front of you a high five. Yeah, reach forward. Nice. Yeah, breathe. Stretch out. Take another inhale. Exhale, find your edge, and on your next inhale, come back through center. And then release. Other side, left knee bends, left hand catches the instep, reach the right. Knees start together to touch. Take a full breath in here. And as you exhale, kick the foot into the hand and drive your heart forward. And again, maybe you pretend to high five your neighbor in front of you. Maybe you just high five your phone screen, and that's cool too. Yeah, and I always mention in class, teaching to actual people and not a screen, that if you're dancing all over your mat, it is dancer's pose, so you're still doing it right. So take a big breath in, full breath out. I got a laugh from that joke, so that's good. And then release. All right, let's slow it down a little bit. Rooting down into that foot, bringing the right foot to the inner ankle, inner calf, or inner thigh for tree pose. So this time the four corners of the left foot is rooting down. So you can neutralize the pelvis, allowing belly button to pelvic floor. Soften the shoulders away from the ear. And then a lot of times we press that right foot, the lifted foot, into that standing leg a lot. So you can press the standing leg back into the foot. Feel that bandha, that bind right there. You can reach the hands high. Take one more big breath in. Maybe you lift up. And then exhale, release. Switching sides, rooting down into the right foot. Bring the left foot to the inner ankle, inner calf, or inner thigh. Nice. As you ground down that right leg, can you pull from the skin to the muscle to the bone? And you soften the shoulder blades down and in. Maybe you start to find a new arm variation. Can you ease the breath slightly? Take one more inhale and then exhale, release. You did wander from the top edge of your mat somehow during all of this. Just take a big step forward to the top edge. On your next breath in, sweep the hands all the way up to the sky. Full inhale, and then exhale, empty and bow forward. Inhale, find the halfway lift. And exhale, take it through your vinyasa. This might be your last one. So on the upward facing dog, breathe in, downward facing dog. Full breath in, long exhale out. Now listen carefully, rise onto your toes, bend your knees, and then float through onto your asana. It's a cute way of saying land on your butt. Land on your butt. And then from here, go ahead and recline back, setting up for bridge. So replacing your feet hip width distance apart. If you extend the arms along your sides, you should be able to graze the backs of your heels with your fingertips. From here, rooting down into the four corners of the feet, lift the hips up toward the side. You can interlace the hands and wiggle walk the shoulders underneath the chest if you choose. Gaze falls either over the bridge of the nose or behind closed eyes, but then right here, 3 of your deepest breaths yet. Breathe in, let it go. Full inhale, feel the lungs expand. Exhale, empty. Take one more full breath in, lift the hips, and then slowly lower top, middle, bottom. Fine. Keep the soles of the feet grounded. Full breath in. Long exhale out. Bridge, supported bridge. If you happen to have a pet or a block, you can throw that underneath your hips. Or setting up for wheel, ear alongside the ears. Whichever way you'd like to come up on your next breath in, come on up. Bridge, supported bridge for wheel. Lift. Fine. Stop expanding all the way out. If you're in bridge, think about taking your heart towards the wall behind you. Breathe deeply. 2 more breaths.
I see you.
Nice. Hey. Take one more big breath in.
You got me?
I see you. Yeah. And then slowly tuck the chin and slowly lower. Top, middle, bottom of the spine. Soles of the feet stay grounded. Big breath in. Let it go. All right. Last one. Bridge, supported bridge or wheel. Come on up. And the more time you take in between action and up, the more you're either getting yourself into something or out of something. So just rise, 5 deep breaths. See if you can expand the heart, see if you can fill up the lungs. So these wheels, these bridges, they're actually energizing postures. It's like grabbing a cup of coffee and throwing in 3 extra shots of espresso. So breathe Find the energy. Take one more big breath in, lift up, and then tuck the chin, slowly lower, top, middle, bottom of the soles of the feet come together, knees fall out wide, one hand to your heart, one hand to your back. My favorite, Supta Baddha Konasana.
Oh.
And after those back bends, it's beautiful to land right here, giving our spine a chance to realign. Allowing yourself to notice the hand that's over the belly and notice how the breath is slowing down. And the hand that's over the heart, just noticing the heartbeat, also slowing down. And those two things, those two elements are what truly keep us alive for every moment. So having just this little bit right here. Take a big breath in. Send that out. Another breath in. Another breath out. I know you guys are going to be super bummed. I ran out of time for core. I'm so sorry. So bring the hands to the outside of your knees. Bring your knees in together to touch. Give yourself a squeeze. And then dead bug, drawing the knees for your armpits. Catch either the outsides of the feet. Draw the knees along your rib cage and rock and roll left and right. I know a friend who's also who may also be practicing on the screen that says that no other benefits except for the teacher. And I you guys, so there would be no Instagram photos or anything like that.
Who would say something like that?
No idea. And then release the feet, bring the knees in towards your chest. And then from here, go ahead and actually, I changed my mind. Bring your knees into your chest, start to rock and roll the length of your spine forward and backwards, finding enough momentum to take you all the way back to downward facing dog. So if that's one final vinyasa, you can, if you know how to levitate and back, do that. You can step, but downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, lift that right leg hip height. And then step it all the way through half plank. So right foot to the left ankle, right knee slightly outside the right wrist. Scissor the right hip back, left hip forward, take a full breath in for length. And then as you exhale, crawl your fingertips as far out in front of you as you can, releasing your third eye on. So if it's a block, a towel, down to the earth, but allow there to be connection with something for your third eye. And I always give myself a little assist here. I like to tuck my back toes under, just checking in with the alignment, allowing the right hip to pull back, the left hip to pull forward, and then untucking the toes and releasing. Take another breath in and another breath out. And even in this stillness, can you stay present? Can you keep your Ujjayi breath moving in and out? Can you keep your consciousness right here? So easy when we've stopped doing all the things to allow our mind to wander to our to-do list, our should-do list, how badly we need a shower, maybe a mimosa in our hands, or just stay. Take one more big breath in and let it go. And bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the back toes under, press back, downward facing dog. Switching sides, go ahead and bring that left foot forward, half pigeon on the other side. Knee outside the wrist, scissor the inner thighs toward one another, take a full breath in, find length, and then keep that length as you crawl your fingertips all the way forward, third eye on something, and then release. And then here, can you tuck the back toes under, draw the left hip forward, the right hip back this time. Untucking the toes, just being present. It's so normal for us to get so ahead of ourselves, stuck in the past. There's nothing to do right now. There are no text messages or emails to check. Nobody to call. Maybe a needy dog, but that's about it, right? Just release. Take another big breath in. And a full breath out. And this time, as you sit back up, go ahead and roll onto your left foot. Swing that right leg around, double leg extension. You're seated forward fold. As you breathe in, draw the toes towards your face, reach the fingertips up nice and high. And as you exhale, hinge the hips, reaching for the shins, the ankles, backs of the toes. Take a full breath in, find length. Exhale, fold in. 2 more breaths, inhale. Let it go. Breath in, breath out. Go ahead and sit back up, placing your fingertips right underneath your sits bone. Go and point your toes for the top of your mat or the wall past it, and recline onto your forearms for fish pose, Matsyasana. And once you arrive onto your forearms, go ahead and lift your chest up toward the sky and drop your head all the way back. So your throat's completely open, completely exposed. And you might be like, what is going on? So right now, take a big breath in. Stick out your tongue, lion's breath out.
Ah.
Again, twice more. Breathe in. Lion's breath out. One more big breath in. Let out a roar.
Ah.
My own little line here. And then recline onto your back. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Holding on to the right knee, extend the left leg long. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, right knee over to the left arm out to the side. And I think this is when all of our dogs are like, okay, and you're done. 2 more breaths right here. One more inhale. Let it go. Inhale, come back through center. Bring both knees in towards the chest. And then this time holding on to the left knee, extend the right leg long. Take a big breath in. Exhale, supine twist. Left knee over to the left to the side. 3 breaths. One more breath in. One more breath out. And inhale, bring your knees back in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug this morning. Just congratulate yourself for showing up, for logging in, for doing the things. Squeeze all of the skin to the muscle, to the bone, even scrunch up your face. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, Shavasana. Legs go long, feet flop open to the side. Palm, sleeve. Self-love is a sincere acceptance of the past, an agreement to make the most of the present, and a willingness to allow the best to occur in the future. Take a big breath in, full exhale. Start to bring a little bit of movement to the fingers and to the toes. And then from here, keeping the eyes closed, slowly start to bend the knees. And rolling onto your right side this morning. Pausing for a moment here. Just having gratitude for this moment. A little bit of peace, a little bit of quiet. For this beautiful breath, life and breath and body. And taking the top hand, pressing it down into the earth, find your way to a comfortable seat. And bringing your hands together at the heart center. We'll close our practice the way we began. The sound of the universe, the sound of 3 sacred ohms. Breathe in. Lifting the thumbs to the third eye center. The light in me honors the light within each of you. Together we bow and say, Namaste.
Namaste. Yay! Awesome.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to guide you through this morning's practice.
Wow, really, really amazing, Lexi. Thank you so much. I'm sweaty.
30 minutes of sweat.
Yeah, I just want to say I acknowledge you for showing up this morning so powerfully, so playfully, and just like really authentic, and just really delivering an amazing 30-minute, but your masterful playfulness of journey into power.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you.
All right, you guys have a wonderful, be safe, stay healthy out there.